to the Tampa Bay Ukulele Society Strum and Sing Workshop. This is our host, Susan, and my name is Cosmo. And we're here at the Dunedin Library filming this for you. So thank you so much for hosting. The Ukulele Society is a 501c charitable organization, and as you can see, we hold events throughout the year to raise money, and we spread it around to all the different charities that you can see in the poster on the right.
Okay, during our first two workshops, we learned several chords. We actually learned 11 chords. So let's briefly practice. We learned James Hill's simple F. We learned C7. We learned F. We learned C. We learned A minor. We learned G7. Then we learned G and D7, D, A7, and E7. Now that you've mastered many chords, let's look at some strums. The strums that we're going to review today are the Cowboy Strum. And you'll notice when we do the Cowboy Strum, it's like you're rocking back and forth in a horse. The Island Strum, which we really apply to a lot of songs, especially Margaritaville. The Rock and Roll Strum, and chucking. So lots of people chuck different ways, so we'll talk about some of the different ways you can chuck, but we're going to have an expert, Cynthia Lynn, helping us with that. So our first one is the Cowboy Strum. And Cosmo and I, on C, are going to demonstrate the Cowboy Strum. And for your information later, when you watch this presentation, you can see me demonstrate this on the YouTube video. But we're going to do it live.
Okay.
All right, here we go. It's just a simple down, up, down, 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 down, up, down. All right. Don't Fence Me In is a good song to practice because it is kind of a cowboy song. Are you ready, Cosmo?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Before we do this second page, let me explain to you, we have a new chord, the F minor chord. In the F minor chord, your first and second fingers are on the second and fourth strings, and your little finger, use your pinky to stretch that, and all you have to do, since F minor is almost always followed by C, is lift those two fingers up for the next line. Okay? So from F minor to C. So let's do this page and let's remember that fingering for F minor. Here we go. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please. Don't fence me in, be loose, let me saddle my own saddles underneath the western skies. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. In the bridge where the west commences, gaze at the moon until I lose my senses. Don't fence me in. All right, that was the Cowboys. All right, a very popular strum, the Island Strum, is the next one we're going to demonstrate. And we'll do it again on C. So here we go. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right. It helps. I always make my
this also called the calypso strum?
It is,
Okay.
absolutely. So our friend Harry Belafonte wrote this wonderful song, and it's in the key of C. And as you can see, it's only 3 chords. And ukulele players like 3-chord songs. So here we go. Let's do that down. Let's do that island strum 2 times before we start the song. Here we go. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls swaying to and fro. I must declare that my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town.
Very good.
All right, another popular strum is the rock and roll strum. And Cosmo and I are going to demonstrate that again on C. Here we go. All right. Okay, so Hound Dog. We're actually going to look at the song Hound Dog in a couple of different ways. It's also a classic blues structure. But we're going to do that rock how we sing this song. But at the beginning, you'll see there's no chord. So
you start out singing, Susan?
you don't. Oh yes, you start out singing,
yes.
but not strumming.
Okay.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, that said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. They said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. All right. Okay, chucking. Cynthia Lynn will describe to you that some people call it chunking, but we're going to call it chucking here. And we are going to open that video.
Aloha everyone! Today we have a tutorial on how to chuck. So chucking is that percussive sound that you can make while you're strumming, and it's an important tool to have because it really adds a lot of rhythm and that sense of percussion to your ukulele playing. Almost like you have a little drummer in your one-person band here. So today we're going to walk through the steps of how you learn to chuck. So essentially what you're doing in chucking is you are strumming, Yeah, you are making sound on your strings, and then you are taking the heel of your hand and you are smushing the strings, right? You are crushing the sound, and actually you're moving those ringing strings against the fretboard, and it makes a smack kind of sound, and it actually sounds like a chick. So that's why I think you call it chucking. Some people call it chunking. That's cool too, but to me it sounds more like chick, so I call it chucking. Okay, so let's walk through that slowly, right? You can strum with all fingers, you can strum with one finger, doesn't matter. So strum, heel to the hand, right? Strum, mute. Strum, push those strings into the fretboard. Strum. Okay, now we just do that a little bit faster and a little bit faster until it gets crisp. Okay, a little faster, strum, mute. Okay, how about a little bit faster than that? Okay, and then if you can get even faster than that and get the timing just right, then you get almost no sound and you just get that smack. Okay, it's just a matter of practicing that speed, that adjusting that timing until it is really just that strum, and then you get that smack down and make that percussive sound. I find that students sometimes have trouble getting enough sound before they mute. They're so excited to mute that they just start muting right away. You need to get that sound first. You need to let the strings ring before you then clamp down on it. Okay? So the way to practice is really to go slow, let it ring, mute, ring, mute, ring, mute. A little faster. A little faster than that. A little faster than that. All right? Try to get that smack. It's like you're just clamping down right away. Okay, that's how you achieve your chuck. Now, how do we use the chuck? Let's learn the chucking strum now, okay? So what we do with the chucking strum, we're essentially doing a regular down-up strum. You're just going down, up, but on every other down, you're going to do a chuck. And a chuck is always on the down strum. So you're going to go down, up, now you're going to chuck on the way down. Chuck, and then come back up. So down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. And essentially it serves as like a drummer hitting the 2 and 4 in the background, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the timing should be as if you were just playing 2 and 3 and 4 and, but it takes a little while to just get fluid with adding the chuck in there in time. So let's try that slowly, really slow. We'll go 1 and chuck and 1 and chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. We're just doing it on open strings. Let's try it on a C. Be a little bit friendlier sounding. Ready? 3, 4. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. Okay?
All right, we're going to practice chucking with our next song, and you'll see that second hyphen, down, up, chuck, up. So let's review what Cynthia just showed us. So on the C chord, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, down, up. All right, I think we're ready. All right, this is Stuck in the Middle with You, the Steelers Wheel. 1972. I know where I was in 72. I bet you do too. Okay. So let's practice that with on D. Down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up.
Well, I don't know where I came here tonight. I got a feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep this smile on my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, I started out with nothing, and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see that it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think I can take anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
All right.
This is a great little song called Strumming My Cares Away, written by Steve Boysen, who was the first Tampa Bay Ukulele Society president, and it's sung by his daughter, Amanda Boysen. We'll use the island strum for this song, so let's give it a listen before we play it.
I'm gonna strum my cares away, watch the sun sink into the bay. It's too hard to work, so here I'll stay.
the island strum, and we're going to do a nice little intro before we start this song.
We'll play the first 4 chords of the verse, and then we'll go ahead and sing the verse.
Okay, here we go. G, A7, D7. I'm gonna strum my cares away, watching the sun sink into the bay. It's too hot to work, so here I'll stay, strumming my cares away. You can spend your whole life punching the clock, or maybe get the 3rd best house on the block. Spend all your free time mowing the yard. Who wants to work that hard? I'm gonna strum my cares away, watching the sun sink into the bay. It's too hot to work, so here I'll stay, strumming my cares away. Grab your ukulele and head for the shore. Tell your boss you just can't take anymore. If he tries to stop you playing the song, you might wanna tag along. I'm gonna strum my cares away, watching the sun sink into the bay. It's too hot to work, so here I'll stay, strumming my cares away. Maybe you're afraid that somebody will hear. Take it from a pro, you've got nothing to fear. Maybe you're afraid you'll forget all the words. I'm gonna strum my cares away, watching the sun sink into the bay. It's too hot to work, so here I'll stay, strumming my cares away. All right. Okay, so the other thing, now that we've talked about 4 different strums, I thought I'd help you understand 12-bar blues. So many songs from the 50s and 60s use this format, Hound Dog in particular. So as we teach people how to write songs using the 12-bar blues, there's 3 lines in each verse. The first line has 1 chord, just C. The second line has 2 chords, F and C. The third line has 3 chords, G7, F, C, then the turnaround. And the second line of the lyrics often repeats the very first line. And you'll notice that with Hound Dog. The last word of lines 1 and 2, usually the same, will rhyme with the last word of line 3. Okay, this is a 12-bar blues song that's really old, and we're going to demonstrate it for you. So here we go. When I woke up this morning, blues walking around my bed. When I woke up this morning, blues walking around my bed. 3, 4, 1. I went to eat my breakfast, the blues was all in my head. My dog bit my little sister, and neighbor laid it too. My dog bit my little sister, and the neighbor laid it too. He growls like my mama and chews up all of my shoes. His name is Rambler, and when he gets a chance, I said his name is Rambler, and when he gets a chance, he leaves his mark on everybody's pants. I stopped those kittens from playing in my hallway. This is the 12-bar blues format. The first line, all we played was C. In the second line, we had 2 measures of F and 2 of C. And our third line, 1 of G7, 1 of F, and 2 of C. Let's see how that plays out on the next song. You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. This is a great 12-bar blues song. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, I said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Yeah, said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Good tutti frutti, gotta rock around the clock tonight. And the Beatles, rock and roll music, so you can see it spans several decades. That last question, can you write a 12-bar blues song now that you know the format? So we want you to have some fun with that. Now, just for fun, let's finish with a 2-chord song that you learned from the very first T-Bus workshop. Jambalaya! And there's a picture of it.
2,
Are you ready?
3, 4.
Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go. Me oh my oh. We gotta go. Pull the dear road down the bayou. My Yvonne, sweetest one. Me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, live crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my cherry oh. Pickety top, fill fruit jar, and the gale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Here we go, Fontano, the place is buzzing. Kinfolk come to see on by the dozen. Dress in style, go hog wild, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my cherry oh. Picket top, fill fruit jar, and be gale. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Settle down, far from town, get me a hero. And I'll catch all the fish in the bayou. Swap my mom, buy Yvonne what she need oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my cherry more strums. You also learned a few more chords. You learned about the 12-bar blues, and most importantly,
We had some fun.
we had some fun and you had some fun.
Okay, the Tampa Bay Ukulele Society, T-Bus, has a YouTube channel where we host a lot of different events. So the event you're watching today is on the YouTube channel. We also have a YouTube talent show that weekly we broadcast different members presenting their talents through an open mic type of arrangement. We also have a T-Bus YouTube open mic night that Jay Noon's broadcasts, and you can join in and sing along with those open mic events. For a free T-Bus beginner songbook, just go to www.tampabayukulele.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, and we have two Facebook pages, the Tampa Bay Ukulele Society, and we also have the Tampa Bay Ukulele Getaway page, what we call T-Bug. We have a merchandise online store, and you can see the URL down below, and you can join us on our Meetup webpage, and you get a complete calendar of T-Bus events and see lots of pictures and other different articles.
Stuff
On that
Lots of
page.
stuff.
Yes. Many thanks to the Dunedin Library for hosting this workshop.
And to our friend Elena, who has been helping us with all the video
Taping
work.
us.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.